everybody, I am here. I say everybody, I think it's just a few of us at the moment. So this is my first proper live. I did a little bit of a test the other day and a few of you joined in, which was really, really nice. So I'm here and I've got my laptop on so that I can actually look down at the laptop to see the comments, because last time I struggled to read the comments as they come up on the screen. So I thought if I have a laptop in front of me, then hopefully I can keep up with comments. So, hello Cabo from Germany, hello from England. And Agnes has already signed in to say she'll be here. Agnes Eva off the YouTube channel, Agnes Eva. She's from Germany as well, as she's just said, and she will be joining us. Hello to Maintaining Michelle from Vancouver, new subscriber. Hello, thank you for joining. And let's see, who else have we got? Neil's Bandit, hiya. And Mr. Smelly, hi Dan, thank you so much for coming along, because I was really nervous, so it's nice to know that Dan's in the house. So if everyone wants to say hello to Mr. Smelly, he's in the house. Who else have we got? I'll catch my whiff again. Hello, thank you for joining me the other day as well. Russell A says Claire Bear is live. Yes, I'm live and I'm scared, but I'm okay. I've had a couple of drinks, I'm doing all right. Dan Spanos, thank you Dan for coming along. Nice to see you. Let's see, who else have we got? Elise again. Elise is from Michigan. She came along the other day as well on my little test and made me feel much more comfortable. So thank you, Elise. We've got John Lane, Rue Gomes. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Hello. Mark Anderson. Drinking wine scent of the night is creamy vanilla custard from 4160 Tuesdays. Cheers to that. That's a lovely tobacco vanilla scent. Really rich. So yeah, everyone share your scent of the night with me, please. I will start with my drink of the night. I'll show you my rather amazing cup, wine glass, and I've got a straw because I'm trying to keep my teeth from staining. So I'm going to be getting them whitened. So, and I've done some at-home whitening. So because it's Diet Coke, it's not great for teeth. So cheers. Let's see, what else have we got? David Peters, hi David, thank you. David's lovely, always makes lovely comments on my videos. Nice to see you. Mel Taylor as well, she was here the other day. Thank you, Mel, for saying hi. TB, hey sister, hiya. Neil Smith from London. This is like Frag Eurovision. Yeah, there's tons of people from all over the place. It's amazing. Cabo's wearing Ellie Saab. Which one is it? The Le Parfum, the beautiful orange blossom one. Portrait of a Lady is Rue Gomes, scent of the night. I nearly wore that one yesterday actually, and then I just about didn't in the end, but anyway, love it. Agnes is wearing Calligraphy Rose, so I think that's quite a sort of strong patchouli rose fragrance. I used to have a sample, her parents' favourite, so she wore it to visit her parents, which is lovely. Dior Sauvage for Johnny Legrand, lovely name Johnny. Terrible Decisions, it's the afternoon here. I'm wearing Jo Malone's Velvet Rose and Oud. Is that very oody? Not a fan of oud, but I love rose. Cabo's Elie Saab is Le Parfum, really nice, rich orange blossom fragrance. Leo Guzman says, going dancing with my wife later. Believe I'm going to wear 1 million lucky. I hope you are lucky. Hollywood Silent Film, so Andrew is wearing a Reminiscence Oud. Andrew is, you might know him, if not from his own channel, from Oud Cupcakes with Arlene. Mr. Smelly's wearing Mousse. Is it Mousse or Mouse? No, it's got to be Mousse, isn't it? Mousse Illuminé by Rogue. So that's quite a green one, I think, isn't it, Dan? Eric, it's Bengal Rouge. Funny you should mention that, Eric. Might be bringing that one up in a little bit. Eric Gonzalez, and Neil Smith's wearing Alexandria's Casanova, layered with Tuscan leather. What is Casanova supposed to smell like, Neil? Mel's wearing Whispers in the Library. I really want to smell that. I love things that smell papery, old booksy, that kind of stuff, woodsy. I do really like that kind of thing. I've not smelt that one yet. Terrible decisions. It's more rose than oud for the Jo Malone Rose Oud. Russell's wearing Hugo Boss #1. I don't know if I know. I'm not that familiar with Hugo Boss, if I'm honest. John Lane's Aqua de Parma Leather. I love all the Aqua de Parmas. I think they're amazing. Elise is wearing Shalimar. Classic. You smell good. Mr. Smelly says, yes, it is mousse. And it's very green. So yeah, not really my style. But I did smell it. I think we smelled it in a frag chat, didn't we? And it's quite interesting. Just, I don't wear things or really enjoy things that are too green. Catch My Whiff's wearing Mancera Wild Python. That sounds kind of naughty. What's that all about? Amy, no. Aqua de Parma's Arankia di Capri. So that'll be an orangey one. Yara's wearing Low Mixed by Nicolai. I think that's a minty freshie. So you've got a morning and it's hot. Lucky you. It's evening here and it's cold. It's raining. People keep letting fireworks off, even though it's raining. Agnes has reviewed Whispers in the Library. I didn't realise that, Agnes. I'm going to go and watch that in a bit. Elise, I spelt it wrong, sorry. You're forgiven. And Rose and Jones, hi there, today I'm wearing Rose's Barbaranza, can't get enough of it. I do really like the two roses. You've got the Barbaranza from Lancome and then there's the Parfait de Roses. I like both of those, I think they're really nice. Neil Smith saying Casanova is a copy of Roger Duff's Midsummer's Night Dream. It gets Mr. Smelly going, just saying. Well, I won't ask how you know that, Neil. Amy saying, by the way, your makeup looks beautiful. Oh, that's so nice, thank you. I got a kind of dark plummy lip going on today. Martin, hi. Recently went back to an 80s beast mode powerhouse, Giorgio Beverly Hills. I've seen Joe from Wafts from the Loft say it's one of his all-time favourites. Is that the masculine one? I think I saw that review actually, or that video that they did. Love Wafts. Wafts are one of my absolute favourite channels. I could just watch them talking about anything. I love them. Hopefully meeting up with them soon if we can get a date sorted out. Catch My Whiff, marketed towards women. Wild Python is a fruity floral, not crazy feminine to me. Okay. Rose and Jones says, yes, sick of the fireworks too, rainy and cold, but they never stop. Yeah, luckily Sweet is not too bothered. A cat she's on the floor just over there at the moment. She's not too bothered, so that's something at least. Fragantica lists, so that's the Python one, is it? I'm having trouble keeping up, everybody. Let me take a breath and a swig. What are your drinks of the night? Is anyone having a drink or a coffee or a tea or a squash or something a bit stronger? Well, I'm really pleased that so many people have come along. Thank you so much. Let's have a look then. Gareth Warder, hello from Norway. Hi. I don't actually have any Norwegian. Sometimes I know some random words in different languages, but I don't think I have any Norwegian, so I can't say anything to you in Norwegian. John Lane's wearing a Gravitas clone. What do you reckon on that then, Dan? Agnes, I want you to do my makeup. I have no clue, therefore never wear any. Agnes, you don't need to. You are stunning. I've watched your tutorials. It looks awful when I tried myself. Less is more. Just chuck a bit of mascara on, bit of lippy, sorted. Elise is on the Diet Coke. It's kind of so am I. Just added a little extra into it. Cheers, Elise. Russell A's got sweet tea. Don't really like tea. Yeah, it's a good glass, isn't it, Richard? Got it in Asda. It's like a puddle that's got petrol in it. I like rainbows and colours and stuff. Yara M is on the blue Powerade. Careful, you'll start turning into a Smurf. Amy, no, just water. Had too much vodka last night. Probably for the best then. Have some carbs as well. Talking of carbs, I've quit my keto diet just for a few days. So I just had some pizza. It was so good. It was so good. A hot one as well. Spicy beef with jalapenos. Martin's drinking a Chang beer from Thailand. Keeps me in mind of my holiday to Thailand earlier in the year. Nice to have that memory. So it's scents, of course, we know scents always have a memory attached, but food and drink definitely can do the same thing, I think. So good to have that. Oh, Peter Corcoran. I love Peter, he's awesome. Hi Peter, just popped in to say hello even though I'm at work. Oh my God, I don't actually know what you do, Peter. Feel free to tell me, or tell me later. I'm kind of curious. It's a bit late to be working. Dan Spanos is on the apple juice. Niels, Bandit, Clay, you look great. Thank you so much. That's very kind. Agnes had coffee and cake with parents. Hope it was a good cake. Was it homemade? Gary, cheers from Reno. Reno. There's a song about that, isn't there? I think that is in America, isn't it? It's a Counting Crows song. Yeah. Reno, baby. Anyhow, Mr. Smelly, that's good that you quit keto. You were never a fan of the keto diet. I don't really know. I'm just gonna have a few days off. I'll probably gain half a stone in 2 days, but I think I needed a break from it. It's quite hard to keep it up really, because you're supposed to drink a lot of water and I'm not good at that, and then I just start to feel weak, and yeah. Anyhow, so Catch My Whiff, Blue Moon Belgian white beer. That sounds interesting, not heard of that one. Hi Gail Williams is in the house. Rosen Jones, Mightfuls of white wine in once my dinner's ready. Go for it, don't wait for dinner. Have it now. Gary, look very nice, thank you. Catch My Whiff, Rue. How do I say your name? Rue Gomes. How do I say the R-U-I? Can you tell me phonetically how to say it so I can make sure I'm not insulting you? Is drinking the Merlot, Barefoot from California. I think that's a brand, not that you are necessarily barefoot, although why wouldn't you be? I am. Agnes, homemade cake, lovely. How nice. Oh, I love homemade cake. I can't bake. Someone makes cake, I'm gonna eat it. I love homemade cake. Gary is from Nevada. Dan is talking to Dan about Gravitas. Yeah, Dan, feel free to share what's going on with your perfume release. I think we're all interested as to when that's going to be out. Mark Anderson, House a New House, loving it. Lots of work going on. I've had my ceilings up there. I've had them all smoothed because they were Artex, so they were all like patterned and a bit old-fashioned. So they're smooth. I've painted my kitchen cupboards. The kitchen's just around there. I've got pink kitchen cupboards. I've painted the walls a pastel green. Over there a little bit, I've also painted some other bits. Just doing bits and pieces, working on it slowly. There's nothing desperate needs doing, but just want to make it my own, and so I can feel more comfortable. But yeah, loving it, thank you. Tracy off of Comfort Incense is here. She hasn't got any wine. Someone send her a bottle of wine, but she has got a cuppa, so that's good. Gary Istikar, recommend the best indie houses. Gary, we're totally going to get to that. So I think we've covered, you've all told me your scent of the day. I've not told you mine, so let's do that. My scent of the night tonight is SP Musk off of SP Parfums. As you can see, I've made a substantial dent in this bottle because I love it. I'm going to spray more on actually. I love it so much. It's jasmine, but it's like an abstract jasmine, and it's really musky and kind of earthy without being like a patchouli, but it's almost like if you took the patchouliness off of patchouli and just had the really dry, dusty part. Actually, I think there is patchouli in there. It's an aged patchouli, I remember now. It's really dusty and dry, but jasmine's beautiful, and there's a note of hawthorn, also known as acacia, which is kind of sweet and green at the same time. Love it, I really love it. It's just stunning. What's up with the cat? Where are you, sweetie? I can hear her, I don't know where she is. What's the matter? Come here. Oh, come through here. She's just being a pain. Do you want to see her? There she is. What do you want, sweetie? What's the matter? Don't know what she wants. She's attention seeking. So yes, SP Must, scent of the night, and we will be getting to indie houses. Let's now get on with most worn. What is everybody's most worn fragrances? Now we're in, or certainly in most of our countries, not all of them, we are in kind of the first half of autumn now. Let me see, catch up with some comments. Let me just scroll back up if I can to make sure I haven't missed anything. Right. Oh, Reno is in Nevada. Okay. Mr. Smelly saying Kickstarter's running till the 2nd of December for Gravitas. Then they'll be getting the fragrance made and sent out ASAP, hopefully February. Chris in the house. Sorry, just reading through comments. Elise, you need to come to my house. I need work done here. I've got enough work to be getting on with, Elise. It's getting a bit much, actually. Oh, Fragmental. Chris. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining. Rue. Right, hang on. Let's see how Rue says her name. If I can scroll. Sorry about this. I'm struggling. Oh, I'm having trouble with my laptop, so sorry. Just talk among yourselves for a moment. I've lost. How do I make this bigger? Right, right, okay, here we go. So we've got Gretchen saying hi from Estonia. Hi, Gretchen. I love Estonia. I went to Tallinn many years ago now. I had a day in Tallinn. Actually got a tattoo there. Wasn't great, language barrier. I ended up with a very badly drawn tattoo that glows up in ultraviolet light, which I found out later is an illegal ink. So that's since been covered up, but I still have a fond memory of Tallinn because of that. Hope Sweetie's doing okay. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, Sweetie's doing well. So we've had a couple of little things with her lately. I found an abscess, but that's clearing up now. She's had antibiotics. And then I found what I thought was a tick, and I've never seen a tick before. And it turns out it wasn't a tick. It's a skin tumour, but the vet said it's not cancer. It won't be cancerous, and not to worry about it. So it was only tiny, so I'm not worrying. No point worrying about it. Agnes, Gretchen is the most beautiful name. Gretchen, yeah, you don't hear that very often, do you? Gary, so many scents, so little time. Like to change it up? Yes, definitely. Right, Russell A. My most worn this fall has been Tobacco Vanille by Sensual Obsessions, because I'm testing 3 different bottles. Okay, not heard of them. Gretchen, just thought of getting a tattoo, but I've no idea where to get it done. Yeah, don't do it in Estonia. It'd probably be better if you're speaking the language. It'll probably come out a lot better than a tourist who didn't even know what I bloody wanted. Stupid. David Peters, hi SG. I'm starting to use my amber fragrances now the weather's getting cold. Oh yes, definitely. Niels, most worn this fall's Frederick Mail's Promise. Okay, that's one of the oudi, sort of more Arabian ones, isn't it? I'm not really into those kind of fragrances. Sweetie, Amy, Sweetie is 12 now, so she's getting on for a pedigree pussycat. Still doing well though, still causing trouble whenever she can. Right, Rue, I've been wearing Chanel, Pour Monsieur, Van Cleef & Arpels Cologne Noir. Oh yeah, that's from their, is it Extraordinary line, or I know what you mean. Close Up by Olfactive Studios. Terrible Decisions. I've been wearing Intense Cafe a lot. Perfect for the cold weather, gorgeous. Rich rose and vanilla thing. Mel Taylor's bringing out her old comfort scents. Dug out Samsara. So my mum wears that quite a lot. I introduced it to her. So maybe a bit too spicy. Sandalwood's a bit too dominant for me to fully enjoy it. Plus I find it a touch soapy. Smells fabulous on my mum though. Really suits her. Eric Gonzalez, most worn this fall is Putain de Palace. I used to have a bottle of that. Gorgeous violet note in there. Sexy, touch of cumin. Really interesting fragrance, that one. Mel, Samsara, can only wear one spray. Yeah, I can understand that, definitely. Rose and Jones, despite all my niches, I've been wearing Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord so much. Just nice, cozy, sweet, easy for autumn. Right, I'm going to tell you some of the things I've been wearing. Nothing's been worn loads, but actually there's one. So there's one, I'm going to save it till last, that I would almost go so far as to say I've found a signature scent. And that has never happened ever before. So what I've been wearing, let's just quickly read comments. Have you been wearing Eclat d'Armand? Rue, do you know what? I haven't. I find it a bit too linear for me to get excited about it. I still haven't even really properly given it a full-on wearing, I don't think. So yeah, but I love almonds, so I think maybe it's too much almond and not enough of anything else. I don't know. Needs more. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I'm actually going to give it a wearing. It deserves that, at the least, at the very least. Gail Williams, it's spring here, so mainly warmer scents, but I've been using up older samples and trying some new samples. I need to do that. So one that I've worn quite a few times now is Solstice Scents Victorian Picnic. Perfect one for autumn because it's gourmand. It's got a lot of vanilla in the dry down, but the opening has this kind of a greenish note, not green like galbanum or forest floors, more of a green herbal note like a hyacinth or something like that, but you get the delicate treats of a picnic. Cakes, I was just talking about homemade cakes with Agnes, and yeah, it's almost like you've got a Victoria sponge and a carrot cake and nice hot drinks and just beautiful spread of picnic goodiness and some fresh air and some grass, and it's just really nice. So Solstice Scents Victorian Picnic, I've been wearing that one quite a bit. I love the development of it. For it's not a sort of well-known master perfumer, it's a small indie brand, but the development is really, really good on that, so I love it. And I was introduced to that by Tracy from Comfort in Scents, and you'll see she's here with us right now, and her channel and her Instagram, I always say this, but I love her Instagram. Beautiful little setups that she posts of delectable things, just nice things. So she sent me a sample and then I just had to have it because it's that good. Let's just see. Terrible Decisions. I love your name, by the way. Terrible Decisions. That could be my name. I have the Scent Intense and love that one as well. hi AH. I just got Renier Kisses Rain in the mail. First impression, really liking it. I think I've got a sample somewhere and it wasn't quite what I expected, so I kind of haven't gone back to it. Catch my whiff. Starting to get into US artisan house called Gather perfume. Okay, not heard of that one. Interesting. Terrible, first name Tara, I get you now, that makes sense. Martin, been wearing Rasai Dorage a lot recently. It was Mr. Smelly's review that got me to purchase it, love it. Not one of my favourites, I've got to be honest. It's alright. David Peters, just ordered amber fragrance called Costume National. Do you know what, I've never tried anything by them, but I'm really curious. I think it's their original one, isn't it? The very first one. I think I saw a review, it might have been Katie Puckrick, I'm not sure. I saw a review that really got me interested in it. Dan, Mr. Smelly's been enjoying Gucci Guilty Absolute a lot lately. Very smoky, vetiver, bold scent for a designer, I think. Rue, you know, much more interesting choice for almond lovers is Givenchy Pie Vintage. I do like Givenchy Pie. I'm not sure if I've tried the vintage though. Dior Homme Parfum for Gary's loving a lot lately. I love Dior Homme Parfum. It's one of my favourite men's fragrances. The dry down on that is exceptional. Sexy, niche quality, woodsy, salty, different, really interesting. If you just smell it straight off, just smell the opening notes. You could just say it was too similar to the others in the Dior rum line. Give it time, put it on your skin, give it time. I think it's exceptional, amazing fragrance. Sentita, hello. He's loving Patchouli Noir and 24 Gold Oud by Scent Story. Yeah, Mr. Smelly, I was being a bit polite. Must drink more. Let's see if we can stop that politeness. So Neil Smith, Most Worn Ursa by Tiriana Terenzi, and Date Night Success Scent, Maxed Out. So I love Maxed Out by 4160 Tuesdays. Really, really interesting. There's a bit of cumin in there. There's a little bit of coconut. It's about cocktails and a touch of leather, and it's musky, and it is pure sex. A bit too dirty for me actually to wear out too often, because I feel like it's almost to the point that people might think I haven't washed. It's just a bit too dirty, but I do love the smell. I think it's addictive. I think it's really good. So what else have I worn a lot lately? Talking of 4160 Tuesdays then, quite a few actually. So I've been wearing the Clouds and the Clouds Illusion. So both Clouds Illusion. I've got Clouds Illusion Eau de Parfum in the bigger bottle, which starts off sort of lemony, and then it gets irisy, and there's this weather turning kind of smell to it. That's that. I've already sprayed it on there. I've also got the Parfum version, so that's that one there, which it's still citrusy in the opening, but the citrus is not quite so bright, and the iris is thicker. The weather turning aspect of it is stronger, so it's kind of more deep and slightly sweeter, I think, in the dry down. So they've both got a bit of vanilla in the dry down, but they are gorgeous. So that's the Parfum I've got on there. Really love it because they kind of start off bright and happy, and then they get a little bit melancholic with the iris and the kind of earthiness, and then they kind of get a little bit sweet with some vanilla-ish stuff going on. Really, really nice, interesting fragrances with a fantastic development. I'm all about development, in case you hadn't noticed. I get bored of linear fragrances. So what else have I been wearing? So we mentioned earlier Bengal Rouge, and I've definitely been wearing this one. Worn this quite a few times. It's very, very cozy oriental amber type fragrance. Opens up with some honey. There's tonka in there. Tonka's a bit spicy, and then it just dries down to this almost chocolatey, like a frothy hot chocolate with some spices. Just gets ambery, it's rich, it's opulent, and it goes on forever. I don't even know how, I can't measure how long, because I think I've always showered before I've been able to figure out that it's finished. I've never been able to say it lasts 14 hours, 20 hours. It just goes on forever, forever. Love it. So Bengal Rouge, definitely one of my more worn. Peter Corcoran, oh, Peter loves Bengal Rouge. Oh, sorry, I'm not keeping up. I think Rue's going off. Night Rue, thank you for joining. I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with all the comments. Scented Tart, is there a 4160s you would recommend for men? Yes, so we already mentioned Maxed Out. I think that one's really great for men. Sexiest Scent on the Planet Ever is completely unisex, very, very mass appealing. It's basically just bergamot, vanilla, woods, a bit of isoe super, but it smells so much better than you would expect based on that. It's just this kind of almost peppery. The woodsiness is almost peppery. It's really lovely. So off the top of my head, I think those two would be good for a gentleman. So Peter's actually saying Bengal Rouge is the best fragrance of the year for him, and I can totally see where it's coming from. It is amazing. Eric Gonzalez, the atomizer in Bengal Rouge was not amazing, so I swapped it with my Galant Insolence, Makes the application much more gentle. Okay, I see what you mean actually. Yeah, it's a little bit thick. It's not like a puff. I see what you're saying. Mel Taylor, I really want to try Bengal Rouge. Agree, Clouds is beautiful. Hello to DC Jim R. Hi. Peter Corcoran saying, oh my soul. Yeah, that's another lovely, rich kind of boozy. I think it's got cognac in it. It's cognac. It's almost like a booze cupboard, an old wooden cupboard with cognac in it. It's really, it's very, very cozy. Talking Sense, any recommendations for winter vanilla? My go-tos last year were Serge Luton's Bois Vanille and Mac Velvet Teddy. Need something new this year. My goodness, vanillas. Oh, off the top of my head, Lune Feline from Atelier des Ors is stunning. A spicy vanilla. I think it's saffron. It's kind of spicy. It's not too foody. It's not too sweet. It's rich and opulent, but it doesn't smell like everything else. Vanillas can be a bit, so many vanillas out there, and it's the danger of smelling like everything else. So I think Lune Feline does really well at not smelling like everything else. Another one that I love is Aura Sublime from Bijon. It's B-I-J-O-N. If you like powdery though, you need to like powdery. It's a Cecile Zarokian fragrance, and it is absolutely beautiful. It opens up with a bit of citrus, and I don't massively love the opening. It's when the citrus fucks off that the fragrance gets super stunning. It's kind of, it's resinous, it's powdery, but the vanilla's not, again, it's not a foodie vanilla, it's a grown-up vanilla. And it's called Aura Sublime, and that is the perfect name. You get this beautiful sublime aura around you. It's gorge, absolutely gorgeous. Scott, what did you think of Bortnikov Oud Monarch? I can't remember. Dan, did we try that one? I can't remember. Rose and Jones, my first 4160s is Burnt Cedar Rainbow Doves. Very, very smoky, agreed. Super smoky, but a bit sweet, totally unique. Yeah, I find it really smoky, and I find it hard to find the marzipan. I wish the marzipan was more dominant and the smoke a little bit less, but it is a really interesting, mysterious kind of fragrance. Gretchen, are solstice scents eau de parfum different from the oils? I just got a bunch of oils. As far as I know, they're pretty much the same. Certainly with the Victorian Picnic, my sample that Tracy sent me was an oil, and I bought the eau de parfum, and I couldn't really tell the difference. So as far as I know, you should be getting pretty much the same smell, but obviously it will behave slightly differently. It should project a bit more being an eau de parfum from a sprayer, I think. Gretchen, been wearing a new one every day. You need to calm down. Got a decant of Fev Delicious recently. Yeah, so lovely. I find it quite spicy and rich, Fev Delicious. Mrs. Smelly, yes, we did try Oud Monarch. It was quite a while ago. Yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember. Jasmine Banbury, hi, hello. Oh, let's have a drink. Right then, so what else have I been wearing? Another one I've worn a few times is Fragranza's Amarino Cherry. It is a clone. Clone house alert. Turn off your screens. Tell me to bugger off. It is a clone, but do you know what? I really love the way this smells. The actual the quality of the lids and the spray is not necessarily great, but the scent itself is so good. I find Tom Ford's Lost Cherry falls flat on my skin. I don't know what's going on with it, but the few times I've tried it, it smells amazing for 5 minutes, and then something happens and it just doesn't work. Doesn't seem to have much projection, not a great longevity. This one I can spray in the evening, still smell it quite strongly. The next day when I'm pottering around making coffee before my shower, I will catch whiffs of it. So as much as I know some of us really hate clone houses, I just really enjoy that fragrance. So that's Amarina Cherry. Then what else? Let's have a look at comments. David Peters, as long as I like a fragrance, I don't care if it's originally targeted for women or not, I will wear it. Prime example, Shalimar, love that fragrance. David, I think Shalimar is perfect for a man. I think he's got a real fantastic sort of strong, lemony, woodsy kind of feel to it. And yeah, you should wear whatever you like the smell of. And I'll always remember a few years ago now, quite a few years ago, I was at work and I was at the desk where everyone had to come into first before where they got assigned where they were going to go sit. And there was this smell in the air. Everyone had just turned up for the shift and there was a smell in the air, this really strong perfume. And myself and one of the other ladies was like, what is that? It smells amazing. Who smells so good? And one of the guys, is a young lad, only early 20s, he said, oh, it might be me, I'm wearing Alien Eau de Parfum, he said. And it was, and he smelled absolutely amazing. And yeah, we're really proud of, you know, not shy at all of the fact that he was wearing Alien, which is marketed towards women. And totally, for me, there stood a guy who owned himself, owned his masculinity, and he completely rocked it. So yeah, I think anyone can wear whatever they fucking want. And breathe. Oh. Right then, what else have we got here? Talking sense, the bottle looks decent until you showed the dodgy cap. Yeah. Jasmine, which notes have you been going for at the moment? It's getting colder now, my taste is changing. Kind of the richer vanillas, the gourmands, but then that's kind of normal for me. The ambers, but also some roses, and I have worn a couple of freshies still as well, as I kind of felt like wearing a couple of freshies. Centitar loves Shalimar Soufflé Lumière for a lady. Rose and Jones agree about Lost Cherry performance is crap, price is insane. Yeah, it is. Gary Ustica, Winter Vanilla Uomo Valentino Intense. Yeah, that is a nice one. Peter, Lost Cherry lasts 10 to 12 hours on my skin. Oh, that's interesting. Do you find it has depth though, Peter? Because for me, and I also saw, I'm not sure if it was Dan or Joe, one of them said on Wafts from the Loft that it fell flat on them as well. So yeah, Peter, let me know. Has it got some kind of depth on your skin? Tarable, I'm going to call you Tarable now. Tarable Decisions. Alien is gorgeous, I've worn it for years. I always struggled with Alien. I love it on other people, but whenever I tried to wear it, I bought myself a little 15mm quite a few years ago now, and it actually owned me. So the Alien sort of jumped off my skin and it made me shut the fuck up. It closed my eyes, it closed my ears, and it just took over. I couldn't do it. And even one little spray, Alien owns me. I'm not enough for Alien, but I can wear Alien Essence Absolute every fucking day. I love that. Sorry for the swearing. Let's shut me up for a minute. Yeah, Alien Essence Absolute, amazing. Which is basically a really heavy on the vanilla, woods and vanilla, and then the jasmine's kind of like toned down a little bit. It's good. Catch My Whiff, Mugler Angels, fantastic. Love wearing that. Yeah, nice strong patchouli going on in there, so that's totally going to work for a gentleman as well. Amy, her most worn is Tehota. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, powdery, delectable vanilla. Layered with YSL Libra. Oh yes, that would work, totally. And it's like catnip to her husband. Brilliant. Catch My Whiff. A few of the Mancera female fragrances work for me too. Tarable. Essence Absolute, very nice as well. That's the Alien. Centitar, do you like Angel Muse by Mugler? That's probably my favourite Angel flanker. Angel itself is just a bit too much patchouli for me, for my taste. I don't like too much patchouli, but the Muse is gorgeous vanilla fragrance. Oh, Outlaw Frags, hello! Rose and Jones, I keep hearing about Shalimar Soufflé, must check it out. Shalimar Soufflés are lovely, musky, vanilla-y, orange blossom, really nice, wears lovely on the skin, completely perfect for any situation in my humblest of opinions. Catch my whiff. I'm sure most of you know this, but Black Orchid is amazing. Peter, so this is about Lost Cherry. Peter's saying, the cherry top is brief, but the tonka base is forever. I think that's probably my problem then, is that the actual cherryness of it just kind of disappeared quite quickly. That's probably what it was. Greggy boy, hunk of burning love. Hello, thank you for joining us. Neil Smith, Mr. Smelly has laid his hairy ones out there with gravitas. Tempted to make your own fragrance. What would it smell like? Yeah, I am. Can't say too much. Might have something, but it's too early to say, so I'm not really going to say too much. But all I'm going to say, it will be very, very me. And I will say one other thing. It will be colourful. Scented, it really is a lost cherry. Yeah, Tom Ford Lost Cherry lost its cherry very, very early on. So another well-worn fragrance of mine, and this was given to me by Dan, Mr. Smelly. He got it from Essential, and it's the Montgalant Eau de Parfum Intense, and this is another one with loads of vanilla. It's kind of like, it's almost like a salted vanilla. It's like a salty vanilla with lavender, and it's kind of, it's creamy, it's a little tiny bit powdery, it lasts really well. So I've worn that one just knowing that, confident that in public I smell fucking awesome wearing that. It's so good. Yeah, good one, that New Galan. Yeah, thank you, Dan. Oh, you teaser, yeah, that's me. Jasmine, have I smelt Dan's fragrance? I did smell it quite a while ago, and I'm not entirely certain that was the 100% finished article that's going out. But Dan has promised I can do the first review. Dan, are you still, I'm holding to that. You're gonna let me do the very first YouTube review once you've got the finished article? I think he's a bit scared because it's not my usual tasting fragrance, so I can understand that. Chris from Fragmental, loved the Montgalant Intense. Oh, so good. Tarable, love the entire Montgalant line. Yeah, I really like, there was a fresh one. Is it just, I can't remember if it's called Over Fresh. It's got sort of neroli in the opening. It's really nice. That's a good one. Jasmine, a world exclusive. Mrs. Smelly's pretty much exactly the same as the sample that I smelt. So yes, I have smelt it, and I'll be reviewing it hopefully soon. Peter Cochrane, Sarah, no, perfumer will not be Sarah McCartney, but stop asking questions. So yes, Mr. Smelly has confirmed I will be the very first YouTube reviewer reviewing his perfume. So you see it there, it's in print, it's gonna happen. I can say how it smelled if I like. All right then, I'm just gonna, I'm going from memory and we're going back quite a few weeks. So all I remember is it was quite spicy, and I wasn't expecting that. It felt a bit hot and spicy, kind of like peppery, spicy, almost an element of Fahrenheit or something in it. So it wasn't quite the pure green Bois de Portugal style thing that I was expecting. It was a lot spicier and more interesting in the opening. But that's really all I remember. But I'd like to actually try it on skin and give it a proper review. I think that'd be fun. Oh, Sproty's here. Sproty's in the house. All right, Sproty. Catch my whiff now. I'm really excited for Gravitas. Jasmine, well done, by the way, Dan. Is it too late to get a bottle? I've been away. Jasmine, I'm sure Dan will answer you, but yeah, the campaign's still going, so you can still get on board. Dolce & Gabbana, so Catch My Whiff, Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Desire is incredibly pretty. 3 flower notes listed and very delicate. Find it intoxicating. Haven't tried that one. Martin is relying on Gravitas being my go-to panty dropper. If I had some panties in reach, I'll get them and drop them for you. But I'm not wearing any. Well, I'm in my comfortable pyjama bottoms, so. Right, David, have to go now. I really enjoyed it. Oh, thank you, David. Yeah, you enjoy your evening, and thank you. Yeah, I'll do more live chats. It's definitely fun. Oh, thanks everybody. Gravitas works 60% of the time, every time. Oh, right, let's carry on with Most Worn, because then we need to move on to indie houses, but they're kind of like all intertwined anyway. So I've worn this one a couple of times. This one is Me Too from NB Parfums, Nan Bailey, and this is a rose dominant fragrance, and it's kind of like a fruity rose, like a raspberry rose jam. There's a bit of vanilla, there's a bit of sandalwood, there's some spices. It's got a fantastic fragrance development. It's kind of fresh, but at the same time grounded and earthy. Really, really nice fragrance. Kind of cheers you up. A little, I think it's cinnamon. There's a bit of this spiciness, but it's not too spicy. I really love it. So I've been wearing that one. I've worn that a few times. Me Too, nothing to do with hashtag Me Too. It's MI2, and Nan Bailey has explained that it's inspired by angels and sort of her spiritual journey and her sort of experience with angels, and it's just lovely. It's the sort of thing that it just makes you feel good. It's one of those fragrances, but it has the development, so it never gets boring. It's a lovely rose fragrance. Let's see. Can't keep up, not sure what's going on in the comments, sorry. Definitely past the watershed. Is that in relation to the panty dropping stuff? Okay. So Greggy Boys laughed his arse off. So he's obviously not wearing pants either if his arse has just fallen off like that. Sprody, Mission Impossible 2. I honestly don't know what you lot are going on about. Let me just take another swig. Do you want me to do like a Christo and Eugene style belch? Does anyone want to see that? Greggy Boy's confirmed he is commando. He's letting it all hang out. Okay, right, back to Most Worn. I think I've got my final one to tell you. So this is the one that potentially is now my signature scent. And it's that I can't stop wearing it. I've worn this maybe 60% of the time the last month or so. It's called My Insolence. It's a flanker of Insolence by Guerlain. Doesn't smell that much like Insolence. It has no violet in it. It's got almond. It says almond blossom in the notes, but to me it's like a musky, actual slightly sweet almond and some raspberry. Lots of powdery muskiness, vanilla, quite a lot of vanilla, but not blatantly obvious to start with. Very clean. It makes me feel put together. It's the grab it and go and feel confident in any situation fragrance. So it's pretty much, I would say, the closest I'll ever get to a signature scent, and of course long discontinued. So yeah, gutted. Right, let's see what you're saying. Can't ruin your like image, like I'm not really following all of this, sorry. Neil Smith, which fragrance do you first think of when you think of a man in a suit? a woman at the top of a mountain? What, the man in the suit is in the woman at the top of the mountain? Or is this now getting too ridiculous? Man in a suit, the obvious thing is the one that everyone wears at work, which is bloody Sauvage. It's really annoying. But if I think of a man in a suit, I'm actually thinking of Tom Ford, sort of the Tom Ford marketing pictures, you know, like a really sexy man in a suit. And probably if I was to pick a fragrance for that image of like a really sexy man in an amazing designer suit, I'm thinking Tom Ford's, any of the noirs, so the noir or the noir extreme, any of the noir range, I think they're all gorgeous. They're slightly sweet, but they're not too sweet. I think they're really sexy. So that would be like perfect man in suit. But if you want like boring man in suit, then Sauvage. Sorry, excuse me, I hope I'm not offending anybody. I'm losing my comments here. I think you lot are you're all having a bit of a love with each other, which is great. Not sure what Mark, when you say Mark didn't expect that, is this about Greg going commando? So Peter Corcoran saying that he recommends Greg for decants, top-notch service. I have to agree. I've ordered a few things from Greg myself. He is excellent, and I think the prices are really reasonable. Talking Sense sounded great until the discontinued bit. I know. Gutted. AH. I know it doesn't quite make sense, but it's Thanksgiving celebrated in the UK. No, I don't even know. Obviously I've heard of it, and you get to eat a lot, but I don't really know what it's all about. Centitar, Grey Vetiver, Eau de Parfum. Terrible. Would you wear the Noir Extreme? I would wear any of them. In fact, I prefer the men's ones to the female. The female Noir, I can't remember what it's called, whatever it is too sweet for my taste. I like it a lot, but I just couldn't wear it. It's a bit too sweet. I'd rather wear the men's versions. Fragrance Samples UK, by the way, is Greg's sample site, folks. So Dan's doing his advertising bit. And then I think I'm caught up. So that's most worn. Now I think we need to move on to indie houses. So tell me what your favourite indie houses are and why, what your favourite perfume is from those indie houses. Gary says House of Matriarch, Gallagher, Imaginary Authors, Original Dore, and Norton and Wilson. So we've got Dan Spanos is saying Byron. I've only tried Mulla Mulla from Byron, and that's nice. Not one I'd really wear that often. It's just that little bit oudy, sort of oudy depth to it that doesn't quite do it for me. Arige, again, Peter for Arige. Stephen Sprout says Sultan Pasha. I haven't delved. I don't think I'm ready for that. They sound amazing. I probably just don't want to fall for that price point. Centaur for indie so far, Posey and Alchemia. I love Whisper Your Bitter Things. That sounds a bit naughty. Mr. Smelly saying Borknikov and Rogue. So some of mine are, we've already seen Bengal Rouge, but I also have Tobacco Rose from Papillon Perfumery. I really like Anubis. That one had to grow on me. That was quite challenging for me to start with. I now have a decant of Anubis and I really enjoy it. I'm not quite sure I'm ready to rock it out in public because it's it's very smoky and leathery and a little bit challenging, but the jasmine's gorgeous in it. So I might try and brave Anubis out. But yes, I've been rocking, this is my second bottle of Tobacco Rose, And of course, I adore Bengal Rouge. So Papillon is like, love it, love it, love it. And do you know what I love about Papillon? And I know we all know this. Liz spends years developing her fragrances. She doesn't just knock out frag after frag. She's a perfectionist. And literally, I think Anubis, she worked on, when she first made Anubis, it was for herself. She just wanted her perfect fragrance. And I believe she spent 8 years making that. If you think about that, I mean, that's crazy. 8 years to get it to perfection. So I love that. Sorry, I am actually belching. Trying not to do it too loudly. Okay, I'm just missing some comments, so let me just scroll up a little bit. Catch My Whiff says Matriarch's hard to choose from. Greggy Boy is loving Rogue as well. Talking Sense loves Ganache. Luscious Joe, which is coffee, juniper, rum and cognac and musk. DC Jim R finds Galavan interesting right now. Yes, I like Galavan. Favourites being, I've got the LA one, and what's the lemon one? Really like the lemon vanilla one as well. That's really nice. Gale, Tion, Re-Inthal, Papillon and Rogue. Haven't tried the Tion one. Greggy Boy's thumbs up for the Papillon one as well. Mr. Smelly, do fragrances with a laughy face. Zoologist, yes, that was one that I wanted to bring up as well. So I've got Chameleon here. I love this. This is probably the easiest and the most wearable of all the Zoologist ones, although Hummingbird and Nightingale are both pretty wearable as well. Chameleon for me is mostly about ylang ylang, but with this beautiful tropical backdrop. Stunning fragrance, a little bit fruity, about 1 million notes in here. Gorgeous, love it. And I think Zoologists are amazing. Victor Wong is the director, and then he gets different perfumers to make different fragrances for him. I can't remember who was Chameleon now? Okay, it was a guy. Who did Chameleon? I've forgotten. Yeah, it's gone. It's completely escaped my head. But yeah, love Chameleon. I love a lot of it. I love the Zoologist range. I love the artwork. I love the bottles. Everything's just, I think they're a good price point for what you get. Right. AH, is Chris Collins fragrances indie? Oh yeah, I think so. He creates them himself, doesn't he? I think. Catch My Whiff, trying a frag from Gather called Falling. That is really fantastic forest floor fragrance. Gail Williams loves Anubis. Greggy Boy saying Etsy. Don't know what that means. I think I'm missing bits here. Sorry. Mark Anderson, no surprise 460 Tuesdays. You got me into them. Favourite sexiest scent. Can't help but be obsessed with them. Love it. Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, American brand. I think. Do they do the snake oil? I think I had some snake oil once. Martin says Serge of Naxos is my favourite niche. Catch My Whiff. Woffs did do a video with Sarah. In fact, they've done a couple of videos now with Sarah McCartney from 4160 Tuesdays. Worth a watch. Really, really enjoyed watching their videos. And Sarah has so much to say. I've met her in person a few times. Her knowledge, her stories, and her personality is just addictive. I could listen to her all day long. Sam, Toronto. What about Duro by Nasamato? For real men, of course. I haven't tried that one. Comfort and Sense, Istanbul and Brooklyn I like from Galavan. I think Brooklyn's the lemon one, isn't it, Tracy? That's the one I really like. Quite light though. I think I just felt like it wasn't enough strength for me to sort of pump for a full bottle. Centre Tart, have you tried Elephant or Rhino? Yes, Elephant to me was a little bit too green, I think. I think that one's got galbanum in it, which is a note that I really struggle with. It's got bamboo and various other notes as well, but it wasn't quite for me. And in Rhino, I think the leather was just too much for, again, for my taste. But if you can handle a strong leather, then it shouldn't be an issue. Mr. Smelly's interested to try Bee by Zoologist. I actually got to try it when I was at Essence back in, was it March? In Milan. And I remember really loving it. Myself and Yana off of Tom Elise channel, we both were there smelling all the new zoologists with Victor. He was giving us sort of like whiffs of all the new things he was creating or bringing out. And Bee was my favourite, quite a strong sort of honey and beeswax, really interesting fragrance. So that was my favourite of everything he was bringing out. So yeah, it's a good one. Peter Corcoran Nightingale's my favourite. It's a lovely plum blossom with like a real depth to it. It's got oud in it, but it doesn't smell oudy as such. It just has this deep kind of richness underneath it, but it's not too sweet. It's sexy. It's quite sexy and kind of vintage feeling. Eric Gonzalez, yes, I have done a 4160 workshop and it was fun. I loved it. I made my own fragrance, which I've still got. It's almost black, really dark brown, because it's extract strength with a ton of cocoa absolute. Can't remember what else I put in it now. It's mostly like a really dark bitter chocolate. Excuse me. Oh, that's the spicy pizza coming back. Right, where are we? Chameleon was Daniel Pescio, that's right, thank you. Catch my whiff. I think, am I all caught up? Well, no, there's more. Yep, so Tracy's saying it's the lemon one was Brooklyn. Talking Sense Rake and Ruin is great. Had a sample of that. Mrs. Smelly, yes I did, I tried Bee. Lucky me, got to try the Bee. Yes, Mrs. Smelly, SP Parfums, you like the Lignum Vitae Forte, Powder and Dust. I love Powder and Dust. The one that I brought down to show everyone is the one I'm wearing at the moment, it's SP Musk, which I mentioned earlier. But yes, I think SP Parfums are a fantastic indie brand because he does it all himself. And he's a chemist by trade, and that's Sven, the perfumer. And there's something in there for everyone. So there's two or three fragrances that I love, absolutely love. There's some really weird ones that I wouldn't wear, but those people out there that really like the strange and more challenging stuff will love. And there's a few middle of the road things as well that are a bit more mass appealing. So like your pink patchouli, your magnolia, your rose polaroid. So there is kind of something for everyone. And Sven is absolutely lovely. If you talk to him, we email every now and then. He is adorable. He's so sweet. And Dan got to meet him back at the Art and Olfaction Award, I think, was it last year or the year before? Can't remember. But yeah, I love Sven and recommend his brand. You only get 30 mils in a bottle, but for the pretty much all of them are really highly concentrated, so you don't have to spray too much. Tarable, bye Tarable, thank you for joining us. Dan saying Sven's the lovely man. Martin, I don't like the way Captain Sensible treats Mr. Smelly, very disrespectful. Yeah, I saw that interview, Dan. I mean, you were so serious in your responses, and Captain Sensible was almost dismissive. Yeah, yeah, whatever, so what? Oh, time for another drink. So, another indie brand, let's talk about Miguel Matos. So, I think Dan's got one or two of these. I've got this one, which is the Miracle of Roses fragrance. It says notes of bread and roses, and I think it's cinnamon. So it's kind of gourmand, but it's not, because there's some unedible elements, quite unedible elements, and edible elements at the same time. So yes, it's bready, but it's also quite earthy. Almost smells like concrete dust. I love it. I used to eat concrete dust, but that is another story. It's kind of powdery, it's got gorgeous rose, a bit incensey. Yeah, a really, really interesting fragrance, Miracle of Roses. I really like what Miguel's doing. I quite like the kind of rough bottle, like the basic. I used to love playing with those tape machines. Are they called tape machines or ticker-tacker? You know, you have to roll it around, select one letter, stamp it, and then find the next letter, stamp it. I think you got to play with them at school. Anyway, yeah, I really like that. But Dan's got a couple of the others. This, to me, I think was the most me fragrance. Let's see what's going on here. Nicole Kim, hi. Sorry, missed your comment there. Dan saying the Miracle of Roses is very interesting. You've got Germaine. I think that's a violet leaf one, isn't it? I think I quite liked it, but it's very, as you say, very bold. Basil, Tiffany is saying, why so many fragrances so sweet? I just think that's the way things are going. A lot of men's fragrances now, they're so sweet. They're not that masculine. A lot that are coming out now aimed at men, and then the women's fragrances are super sweet. So yeah, I think it's a current trend, like playing on everyone's addiction to sugar, really. Gary Ustica, thank you for joining us. Good night. Oh, Dymo labels. I don't know if we call them that. Or maybe. Or is it Dynamo? No, I don't know. Greggy boy, I'm not sure whose gayness you're questioning. Nicole, watching you from Maryland. You say Maryland, don't you? I would say Maryland. And we have Maryland cookies, but Maryland, you say like Maryland, don't you? Maryland, USA. Really need to try SP Parfums. Yes, definitely give them a go. But as I say, some are super challenging and very, very weird. Some are just absolutely addictive and beautiful. And yeah, there's all sorts in the range, loads in the range actually. I'm gonna have a quick drink. So the next house we're going to talk about is Francesca Bianchi. So if you want to just talk amongst yourselves, I'm gonna make a drink. Who's tried anything from Francesca Bianchi? Let me know, what are your faves? And mine is definitely the Lover's Tale. So we are drinking this Smirnoff here. Looks like they've changed the label recently. I don't know if it's like a special anniversary edition or what. Recipe number 21. So this is a recipe 21. So this all tastes the same to me, but that's probably because I put loads of Coke in there. And then the Coke that we're on today is Pepsi Max. I got this from the local shop. I've got a shop on my road now, so I can walk out my front door, go left, and I've got a convenience store that's also an off license on my road. So I went down my local shop and got myself this Diet Coke. Here we are. Give it a little stir. Perfect. Right then, anyone Tried Francesca Bianchi. Let's have a little look. Is this the intermission? Yeah, I hope you had some popcorn or something. Just a quick intermission. Sentitar wants to try the dark side. I've definitely tried them all, but I can't quite remember which is which. All I know is that the Lover's Tale was the one that captured my heart the most, and I had to have it. I find them all, the openings are very polarizing, and I didn't love all of them. So when I had the samples, going back to, I think it was last Christmas, I'm belching, sorry. When I had the samples, I tried them all. I was expecting to love Angel's Dust, and I tried them all at the same time. Oh, excuse me. And I didn't fall in love. I found them all a bit weird and a bit hard going. So I kind of put them away, and then it was only when I went back to them and I tried them on their own. So I didn't try them all, and I just did one at a time. And that's when I realised that I loved The Lover's Tale. They're so complex. They're kind of hard to get to start with. They need time, but then you can fall really, really hard. And yeah, so I sprayed Lover's Tale on this bit of paper quite a while ago, because it's actually the dry down where it is super stunning. It's rich. It's kind of sticky, resinous, with some rich iris. Pillowy, actually, not rich, pillowy iris. Here comes the cat. She's going to knock all the perfume over. There she is. And yeah, this one's, it's like a honeyed spiciness to it. It's woody. It's so much going on. It's really difficult, and it's leathery, and it's earthy. And when I reviewed it, I don't think I even mentioned the leather, and everyone is like, wow, it's so leathery, it's so leathery. But to me, the leather doesn't take over like it does in sort of like Tuscan leather, that kind of thing. And I don't even really like leather that much normally, but I love this, so I don't even know. I don't know, but Francesca Bianchi, I think she creates stunning fragrances. And again, she takes her time about putting them out. She has her own unique identity, which I love. So you can kind of tell it's her with that iris thing that she does. And they are challenging and they do need time, but then you can really, really fall for them. So yeah, Francesca Bianchi's. Amazing. Let's see what you lot are saying. Sentitar hasn't tried any yet. Basil Tiffany says Coke bottles look different in the UK. Okay. Mel likes the Dark Side and Angel's Dust. Wasn't keen on the two new ones. Yeah, the two new ones didn't grab me, or haven't grabbed me yet. I think they might. It might be one of those things where once I try them again, maybe they will. But I think the cumin in the Lost in Heaven is just too, you know. So unfortunately, cumin's, I struggle with cumin. Don't really want cumin in my fragrances. They do. Cumin does give you that kind of underarm body odor thing, and it's only if it's very toned down that I can handle it. So we mentioned earlier Putain de Palace. There's cumin in that, but it's just about at the level that I can handle. But I always remember what happened with that is I wore it and I had a cold, and whatever it was that was going on with my cold made the cumin really strong to my nose out of nowhere. And ever since then, even when I got over the cold, all I could smell was the cumin. It's like it was affected me, the brain. So I had to sell my bottle of Putain. So yeah, but I did like Putain. Anyway, Martin, I understand Secretions Magnifique is truly terrible smell. Have you tried it? I have tried it some time ago. It's pretty terrible, very salty, salty and kind of like chemically, and you know what you hear, that metallic kind of blood-like smell. Yeah, it's definitely an experiment rather than a fragrance to smell nice. Mm. Sprody obviously liked it, but then I hear Sprody likes smells of cum and blood and stuff. Mel, not keen on cumin either, no. But loves Putain de Palace, so who knows? Yes. So let's try another niche house then. Oh, indie. We're going indie here, not niche. So another indie house that I love, and I own two, is Bedo. So I've got Hibu and Chouette, and these are both types of ale. They're both brands of ale. Hibu is the one with the ears stick up. Chouette has ears that kind of flap down. And I've actually got some Chouette on my wrist here. So I'm going to read you the notes of Chouette because I did actually get those up on my lappy top here, because I find it quite hard to describe these fragrances because they're kind of abstract and they're all like, everything's blended together. It's really hard to pick out notes for me with these fragrances. Chouette is a plush floral musk perfume reflecting the warmth of a summer night, fireflies under a sparkling midnight sky, heady night blooming flowers, orchards, nurturing ripening fruits, all billowing softly on an aromatic summer breeze. Oh, excuse me. The notes: cassis, sweet citrus, jasmine, softwoods, amber, musk. So this is now dried down to soft, woody, cedar, fluffy kind of thing. And when you first spray it, it's more richer. It's almost like a sourness to it in a good way, like a sour fruitiness. It's fruity, it's musky, it's floral, but as I say, it's hard to pinpoint exact notes. It's just altogether good, and it's different. So I couldn't tell you this smells a little bit like anything else, because it really doesn't. There's nothing in my head that I could say, if you like that, you'll probably like that, because it's so unique. Chouette and then Hibu, kind of based on the same notes, but they're different but similar. So I can totally own both. Hibu's bolder, and I'd say Hibu's richer. In Chouette, in the far dry down, I can sense the ISOE super, which I don't really get in Hibu. I'm sure it's in both of them, but it's like the softer woody muskiness in Chouette, whereas Hibu's kind of bolder, but very similar in notes and stuff. But yeah, so Bedo, they are an award-winning brand. Dan was there when Amanda Beadle, the perfumer, won an award for her fragrance Chez Noir, which is based on a vineyard that her friend started from scratch. So her friend, I think she bought some land and just started a vineyard in East Sussex, and her friend won an award for her first batch of wine and asked Amanda to do a fragrance for the vineyard. And then Amanda won an award for her first ever fragrance based on that vineyard. It's called Chez Noir, which is French for chien, which is dog, noir, black. So black dog, and the vineyard in East Sussex is called the Black Dog Vineyard. So that's the connection there. But I met Amanda at Essence and really loved her. She talked me through her fragrances, and yeah, I really like what she's doing. I'm getting out of breath. I think I'm getting allergic to sometimes I get a bit allergic to my drink, so I just drink more. Okay, let's have a look. I've got any comments? I've lost my page. Here we are. Basil Tiffany loves the latest Gucci Guilty release, the cologne. I smelt it briefly in a shop, but I can't really remember now. Mr. Smell is popping out. Be right back. Oh, hello, Valadina. Hi. all the way from Miami. Oh, amazing. Vala, thank you very much for all your comments on my videos. You're always making nice comments. I appreciate that. And thank you for joining us. And I don't mind if you're late. What's your drink of the night? What's your scent of the night? Right, let's have a look. Greggy boy, kebab. I don't know what you mean. Have I tried any Ariza Legrand? I don't think so. I remember I might have had some samples from them years ago, but I can't remember. So I may as well not have done because I can't remember. So yeah, probably not. Mr. Smelly's back. Hello Dan, welcome back. Hope you washed your hands. Dan, what are you drinking? Oh. I don't think I'm getting all my comments. Here we are, Basil, Tiffany. I'm in the US, Boston, Massachusetts. Scent of the Night's Helmut Lang Quiron. So I'm guessing that's a leather. I don't know that one. Is it good? AH is saying to catch my whiff. Lucky Scent has initial samples. Mr. Smelly, I'm streaming you in my kebab shop. That's funny. Valentina, wearing classic essence. For my drive tonight, we're probably a strawberry martini. Yum, that's a little bit posh. A bit posher than what I've got. Greggy Boy's wearing Eau de Hunk, but that's his natural scent. Mr. Smelly is going to be drinking beer with his large chicken shish in 5 minutes. Enjoy. Have you got burger sauce? I bet you do. Or have you got garlic sauce? Garlic sauce is good, but it's one of those things you always regret later, I think. Nicole, Scent of the Day's Gallagher's Rosé all day. I'll be adding their pineapple in amongst waves this summer, which I can't wait for. Lovely. And Basil Tiffany's having cider. Basil, your name's really interesting. Are you Italian? Sproty's got on classic tobacco and a strong IPA. So I think that's, he's drinking the IPA, wearing the tobacco. Catch my whiff, sprayed Grunt de Carve, man. Not sure about that. Grunt de Carve. So is that a nicer way of saying bottom burp? Greg smelled great last time I saw him. Bakir Yuksu, where are you? Which country? If that's aimed at me, I'm in the UK. I'm about 1 hour from London, down in the southeast. About halfway from between London and the coast. That kind of way. Oh, Mr. Smelly's got chili and garlic sauce on his kebab. Okay, let's carry on with some indie brands. I've got some more. So I've got this one here, Sarah Island. She's a UK perfumer. She's got her own brand. And me and Dan smelt her samples way back, probably a good few months ago on my channel. And my favourite was Velvet, Crushed Velvet. This is a rose fragrance. Yeah, there it is. It's a rose fragrance. It's got kind of a sharpness, a slight fruitiness, and another one that I would say is almost like a concrete dust again, which I know I've said that before, but it's got that mineral feel going on, almost like rain on concrete, that kind of thing. If you like Portrait of a Lady, I would say that it's in that ballpark, but it's not got like the heavy, I think it has got patchouli, but it's not like a heavy patchouli like that does. And it's not as bold, it's a bit fresher. but it's really nice. So Dan's got, I can't remember which one Dan's got. Summer Serenade, I think. Dan really liked from this house. Let's have a look at the... AH is saying that he got back a couple of weeks ago. A good cheapy, tobacco, barbershoppy type fragrance. Duke of Prunes says, what's up? Bakia Yuku, what do you think most perfume for men? God, I actually like a lot, as much as I love niche fragrances, when it comes to what I like on a man, I actually quite like a lot of classic designers. Fahrenheit, the classic Fahrenheit. Also Fahrenheit Parfum, Eva Or, love. Dior Homme, anything from Dior Homme line, but Dior Homme Parfum being my #1 favourite. What else do I like? I used to love Cool Water, but I'm not aware of smelling that for a while. But yeah, I quite like classic masculine designer fragrances that have stood the test of time, really, but not nothing too green. Nicole Kim recently discovered Thameen. Very impressed. Need to explore more British houses. I think I've tried 1 or 2 from them, but I can't remember. Let's see, what else have we got here? Done that. So yeah, I mentioned them earlier, but Solstice Scents, another indie house, I think is really worth checking out. USA based, lots of gourmands, lots of gothic-y type scents, but they've got kind of like stories and dark materials, and they're either dark and gothic-y, like Halloween-y, witchy kind of things, or they're very gourmandy. So if you like that kind of stuff, I think they're really nice fragrances. They do fragrance oils, and then they also do eau de parfums, but I don't think they do eau de parfums in everything that they do. But yeah, this one for me is lovely. Lots of delectable treats going on in the Victorian picnic. So, has anyone got a favourite from Solstice Scents? Anyone got a recommendation of what you think is the best from them? Claire, what's that house that does Delice? Ah, talking about that one, are we, Dan? Delicia di Marshmallow. So this house is called Kai's Perfumes, and they're another one that's based over in the States. They do very affordable small bottles. So this is 15 mils, costs $23. And they do gorgeous gourmands, quite simplistic. So this one's really only got 3 notes: sugar, marshmallow, and I can't remember. But it does smell like, it smells like a rose flavoured marshmallow with a powdery sugar coating. A bit irisy, but it's got actually a little bit of development. It's not as simple as it might seem. I mean, it is pretty simple, but it's maybe not quite as simple as you might imagine. It does have development, and it just smells delectable. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit almost too sweet. Like, it's about as sweet as I'd want to go. But when it's been in your skin for a while, that sweetness does dissipate a little bit. But it is completely addictive. And I've got one called Funiclia y Coco, I think. So it's coconut and vanilla. I got 3 compliments in the chemist from the 3 ladies that all happened to be by the till. They were all like, what's that smell? Who's that? Someone smells like holidays. Someone smells amazing. What is that? And I was like, oh, it might be me. So yeah, it's a really quite strong coconut vanilla fragrance, really lovely, creamy, beautiful, sort of beachy vibes kind of thing. But yeah, I think they're really worth checking out. They do little samples, very, very affordable. Let's just check the notes. Not the notes, I'm checking the comments. No. Nicole says a lot of solstice fragrances smelled like herbal stores in Renaissance fairs, or like candles on me. I do get what you're saying. I've got some samples and some of them are more suitable for candles and home fragrance kind of things. I do get what you're saying. Luckily the Victorian Picnic to me doesn't do that, because it has this green herbal note that kind of breaks up the sweetness. Mr. Smelly kinds are nice, yeah. Sprotty. Talking to AH, not sure what they're talking about. Tracy from Comfort and Scents. I wish I could get so much from Solstice Scents. Amazing scents. Some favourites, same favourites as you, but some of those autumn releases sound gorgeous too. Mr. Smelly might buy the Kai's one. Comfort and Scents. Tracy hasn't tried Kai's yet. Sounds good. Yes, really good. And Basil Tiffany wishes there were more herbal scents. Avida Pure Formance for men is a good herbal fragrance. Oh, I've not heard of that one. It sounds like, what is it, quite an old school one. Oh. Right. Catch my whiff. I'm all over the place with frag styles. Don't like animalic and strong smoke. Everything else I'm game for trying. Yeah, not sure. My styles are gourmands as long as they've got development and they're not too sweet. And apart from that, white florals, usually as long as they've got a bit more going on than just floral. As long as they've got some musk or some vanilla or something, that's my kind of thing, I think. And then I don't mind freshies. Oh. Basil. So the one that Basil mentioned from Avida, it's modern but heavy on the herbs, like spearmint and vetiver. It sounds really interesting. Probably not going to be my thing, but sounds quite interesting. Martin, have you tried Paloma Picasso? He knew a lady who had it as a signature, found it super sexy, helped me fall in love with her. Wow. I think I might have had a miniature of it way back when, but I haven't smelt it since. So probably as a child or early teens or something, I might have had a miniature. Red and black, isn't it, the bottle? Excuse me. Sweetie's on the chair next to me again. I might show you her. Sweetie, look. Hey, say hello to everybody. There she is. Ooh. So I think I'm probably gonna call it there. I think I've covered all the fragrance indie houses that I bought down. So, and has anyone else got any other indie houses they want to mention that they think are really worth checking out? Let me know. Greggy Boy's cat is 20. A freak of mature. I think he means freak of nature. Well, I'm hoping Sweetie makes it to 20. If not, you're going to have a very sad Smurfy girly on your hands. Oh. Okay, I think I'm running out of air, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you everybody for joining me for my first proper live thing, and I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh. Bye Eric, thank you for joining. Harold is Sweetie, she's 12, Sprotty. Nicole loves Sweetie. Taffy, hi Taffy, just checking in. Check the replay. Yes, do that. AH loves Gallagher fragrances. Yes, I think Rose All Day is probably my favourite. See you later, Hank of Burning Love. That's Greggy Boy for those who didn't realise. Mel Taylor, thanks. Better than X Factor. Yay. Sentitar just tried Vintage Chore. Not sure what that means. Good night, AH. Nicole, thank you. Yes, I will do more often. I won't be able to do a regular every Friday or every Saturday because I work shifts, but I will try and make sure I sort of try and do something on the weekend when everyone's off and give you a little bit of advance notice. Yeah, Dan, we'll totally do one together. I think we'll have a right laugh, we'll have a few drinks and get a bit naughty. Not in that way, of course, but yeah, maybe some belching and some swearing and stuff. Thank you, Sprotey, thanks for coming along. Laters. Oh, I didn't know that. Nicole is mermaid. Nicole is mermaid fragrances. So I follow you on Instagram. I didn't realise that was you. Victory mode music. That's my brother. Oh my god, that is you, isn't it, Mike? Your victory mode music. Dan will confirm it. Join in and burp. Mike, do you want to do a burp together? 1, 2, 3. That's my brother, everybody. Victory mode music. Does beats, makes rap stuff, rap videos, hip hop. 5 out of 7. Well, I've got to say, I've got to keep something back, haven't I? You can't peak too soon. Sprite says, let one rip. Are we talking bottom burps now? Because I'm totally not going to do that on camera. I mean, I don't do that. Anyway, night everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll definitely do it again. I love it if you can all come along again. And I will see you later. Just have to figure out, oh, Jimbo. Hello, Jim. I'm just going to have to figure out how to turn this off now. Good night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Right, let's turn this off. How do we stop this? That one? Yes.